Hello again, everybody. A very pleasant good evening to you, and welcome to Chanhassen Redbirds Baseball, live from Storm Redbirds Stadium here in Chanhassen. Tonight we've got the border battle, Chanhassen Redbirds taking on the rival Chaska Cubs in a River Valley League matchup. Redbirds come into this game 17-2, the Cubs 16-11. We'll be back with you for the national anthem, lineups, and the first pitch very shortly. Thanks for joining us.
Boys and girls, and welcome to Chanhassen High School Storm Redbirds Stadium. This is the 2021 season, the 12th season of the new Chanhassen Redbirds baseball team. This is also home of the three-time defending Class B state champion Chanhassen Redbirds. Tonight's game is a makeup from a rain-delayed game earlier this month. We now have with us the Chaska Cubs. Let's welcome the Chaska Cubs, Section 3B rivals. Just a few housekeeping rules. We do have restrooms immediately behind the grandstand. Of course, our concession stand, the bird feeder is open. You get anything you want, hot dogs, hamburgers, cold pop, cold beer, a little wine if you'd like it, popcorn, peanuts. Be sure to stop by and say hello to the folks in the bird feeder. And folks, this is a high school campus, no tobacco, no smoking of any kind here at Chanhassen High School's Storm Redbirds Stadium. Also, folks, any foul balls that leave the playing field, if you please return those foul balls to the concession stand. We'll give you a hearty thanks for your effort and $1. Yes, foul balls here at Chanhassen, $1. We're very proud to have Americana Community Bank of Chanhassen sponsoring tonight's game, and I see they've given you a lot of fingers, so ladies and gentlemen, please don't give me any fingers, okay? Use those to cheer your favorite team. We're happy to have Americana Community Bank with us tonight. Also, Carver County Public Health is out front giving any vaccines, free vaccines for COVID-19 to anyone who wants them tonight. So if you'd like to have one, please get your vaccine and then come back and join the game. Before we get our game underway, I want to introduce a special guest tonight. We have a first pitch to be thrown by a representative of Americana Community Bank. Alan, would you make your way out to the pitcher's mound, please? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to 8-year-old Alan Gossin. Don't throw yet, Alan. Not yet. Alan is not the president of Americana Community Bank, but he's working his way up, folks. His mom, Ashley, works at the local bank. We're happy to have Alan here. He's from the Lewiston-Altura area, plays for a team called the Lewiston Cardinals. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to count down from 3, 2, 1. Join me. 3, 2, 1. Alan, go ahead.
Let it rip.
Nice job, Alan Dawson. Of course, we're pleased with all of our sponsors, but especially pleased that Americana Community Bank chose to come to tonight's game against the Chaska Cubs. Now let's meet the lineups for tonight's game. Beginning with the Chaska Cubs. As I call your name and number, you're welcome to take a spot along the first base foul line in anticipation of the national anthem. Batting first for the Cubs, the center fielder, number 4, is Mike Edlifson. Batting second, doing the catching, number 7, Justin Johnson. Batting third, playing first base, number 20, is Tyler Polster. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 9, Steve Edlifson. Batting fifth, left fielder, number 22, J.T. Kadakis. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 2, Griff Wirtz. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 24, Brad Worm. Batting eighth, the designated hitter tonight, number 33, is Casey Garvin. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 14, Blake Hofferman. And on the mound for the Cubs, number 17, Pete Onsor. They're joined by the reserves along with head coach Bob Poppets, assisted by Les Dahlberg, and their bat boy Sawyer Edlifson. Let's hear it for the Chaska Cubs. Now for your Chanhassen Redbirds. Leading off, playing center field, number 14, is Riley Johnson. Batting second, the shortstop, number 1, is Brandon Arnold. Batting third, second baseman, number 4, Michael Jurgella. Batting fourth, playing first tonight, number 24, is Zach Hoffman. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 6, Aaron Klepner. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 5, Aaron Paff. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 9, Justin Arnold. Batting eighth, doing the catching, number 42, Jack Nemitz. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 44, is Andrew Mulkey. And on the mound for the Redbirds tonight, number 7 is John Straka. We're also going to introduce our bat boys. We have a bat boy by the name of Ian Unterseer. Give us a high five here, Ian. And also Austin Archuleta. Austin, you there? Good job. Your Chanhassen Redbirds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you stand as you are able. Gentlemen, remove your caps, directing your attention down the right field foul line as we honor America, remembering the men and women service members around the globe protecting our liberty and our freedom. Our national anthem. The umpire is assigned to tonight's game. Behind home plate is Michael Stika, and on the base paths, Andre Ledoux.
Welcome back to Storm Redbirds Stadium for tonight's game. The Chanhassen Redbirds taking on the Chaska Cubs in this rivalry matchup. And you heard the lineups over the PA by the voice of the Redbirds, Denny Laufenberger. We'll recap them here. For the Cubs, the batting order leading off and playing center field is Mike Edlifson. Justin Johnson will bat second. He'll do the catching. Batting third at first base is Tyler Polster. Steve Edlifson will bat cleanup, play third. Left fielder J.T. Kanakis bats fifth for the Cubs. Griff Wirtz, the second baseman, he will bat sixth. Batting seventh, the right fielder Brad Worm. Batting eighth, the designated hitter Casey Garvin. And Blake Hofferman, the shortstop, will bat ninth. That's Edlifson, Johnson, Polster, Edlifson, Kanakis, Wirtz, Worm, Garvin, and Hofferman for the Cubs. Take a look at the Redbirds defensively. Starting in the outfield, the left fielder Aaron Paff. In center field is Riley Johnson. Out in right field is Justin Arnold. On the infield, third baseman Aaron Klopner. The shortstop is Brandon Arnold. Michael Gergella at second. Zach Hoffman at first base. Jack Nemitz is doing the catching, and on the mound for the Redbirds, John Straka. A nice night for baseball here at Storm Redbirds Stadium in Chanhassen. A little breezy. And the only exception to the nice night is the haze that's drifted in from the Canada wildfires. It's here, and it's here to stay for a bit, is the understanding. So John Straka on the mound taking his warm-up pitches. Pitching for the Cubs tonight is Pete Onsorg. These two teams met up a couple of weeks ago over in Chaska, and the Redbirds prevailed in that one 6-2. So again, the Redbirds head into this game with a 17-2 record. The Cubs at 16-11. We're glad you joined us tonight. Should be a good game, and never disappoints in this rivalry game.
Leading off the top of the first inning for the Chaska Cubs, the center fielder.
Cubs will get things started here in the first. Mike Edlifson will lead off for Chaska. Edlifson, the center fielder. And Straka ready with the first pitch. That one's in there for a strike, strike one. Oh, 1 pitch to Edlifson is popped up in foul territory, and Jack Nemitz there to make the catch. Just a few steps down the third base line from home plate. And that'll bring up Justin Johnson for the Cubs. 2 pitch out by Straka there to Mike Edlifson. First pitch to Johnson. Misses, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. That 1-0 pitch chopped foul down the third baseline. And it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike to Justin Johnson. And the 1-1 pitch dribbled foul down the first baseline. Count moves to 1-2 now. Tyler Polster waits on deck for the Cubs. 1 out here, top of the first. One-two pitch swung on and missed, and Straka gets Johnson swinging for the second out. And that brings up Tyler Polster, the first baseman, batting in the 3 spot tonight for the Cubs. First pitch to him, a called strike. Heading into this game, Straka 5-0 on the season with a .49 ERA. 0-1 pitch, catches the inside corner, no balls, 2 strikes to Polster. And the 0-2 from Straka, outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch hit on the ground to first base, bobbled over there, throw to first. And Straka can't handle it, and that one rolls into foul territory. Hoffman moved to his right, tried to field that off his glove. Straka covered nicely, but the throw a little bit off target. So Cubs with a runner aboard here in the first with 2 outs, and the batter will be Steve Edlifson. Edlifson, the third baseman for the Cubs. Runner aboard at first. And the first pitch to Edlifson from Straka. That one in the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. One-0 pitch misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 from Straka. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Polster, the runner at first for the Cubs. Steve Edlifson, the batter. Outfield straightaway and deep. Polster with a short lead at first. This one swung on down the left field line into foul territory. And it's 3 balls and a strike now on Edlifson.
They're warming up already. Yep, that's $1. Take that foul ball to the concession stand, you'll get $1.
3 balls and a strike to Steve Edlifson. Top of the first, no score. And the 3-1 pitch outside, ball 4, he walked him. And suddenly with 2 outs, the Cubs are in business with runners at first and second. And the batter will be J.T. Kanakis for Chaska.
Batting 5th for Chaska, left fielder, number 22, J.T. Kanakis.
First pitch to Kanakis, swung on, right field line, foul, and it's 0-1. Straka got 2 outs quickly with the foul out to the catcher and the strikeout of Justin Johnson. Polster reached on the air, and then Edlifson drew the walk, so runners at first and second with 2 outs. No balls, 1 strike to Kanakis. And the pitch misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Straka ready, the 1-1 pitch. That one's inside, 2 balls and a strike. Good crowd on hand here at Storm Redbirds Stadium tonight, still trickling in. And the 2-1 is lifted into right center field. Drifting over and making the catch out there is Justin Arnold. So the Redbirds get out of a small jam here in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. Half inning complete. Chaska, nothing. Redbirds coming to bat. All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Redbirds. Leading off and playing center field, Riley Johnson. Shortstop, Brandon Arnold will bat second. Batting third is second baseman Michael Giorgella. Zach Hoffman bats cleanup. Hoffman, the first baseman. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Aaron Klepner. Batting sixth and playing left field, Aaron Paff. Justin Arnold will bat seventh and play right field. Catcher Jack Nimitz will bat eighth. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, Andrew Melke. Again, that's Johnson, Arnold, Jurgella, Hoffman, Klepner, Paff, Arnold, Nimitz, and Melke. Take a look at the Cubs defensively, starting in the outfield. Out in left field is J.T. Kanakis. In center field, Mike Edlifson. The right fielder is Brad Worm. On the infield, Steve Edlifson at third base. The shortstop is Blake Hefferman. Second baseman, Griff Wirtz. Tyler Polster's over at first base. Justin Johnson behind the plate. And on the mound tonight for the Cubs is Pete Onsorg. We head to the bottom of the first inning here, no score, as Onsorg finishes his warm-up pitches. And Riley Johnson will get things started here for the Redbirds in the bottom of the first. Johnson batting .214 on the season. Onsorg ready and deals. First pitch, ball low, 1-0. It'll be Johnson, Arnold, and Jurgella here in the first for the Redbirds. Here's the 1-0 from Onsorg. Check swing, strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Two 1 pitches in there for a called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Riley Johnson. And the 2-2 hit on the ground to shortstop. Fielded, throw to first, and they got him at first base. So Johnson retired on the ground out to the shortstop, Hofferman, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. And that'll bring up Brandon Arnold, the shortstop for the Redbirds.
Number 1 is Brandon Arnold.
One out after the ground out to short, and Arnold now the batter. First pitch to him misses low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. One 1-0 pitch lifted into foul territory, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Arnold hitting .311 on the season, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. A ball and a strike, Onsorg ready. Pitch swung on, right center field. That one is going to get into the gap, and Arnold on his way to second base, bobbled briefly out there in right field. And a 1-out double here for the Redbirds in the bottom of the first. So with a runner on second base and 1 out, it'll bring up Michael Jurgella, the second baseman for the Redbirds. Justin Johnson out for a brief word with his pitcher, Pete Onsorg. Runner in scoring position for Jurgella. First pitch inside, a ball, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch, this one into left field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. Arnold will hold at third base. So a 1-out single moves Arnold over to third. And Giorgello will be the runner at first base. Runners at the corners with 1 out. And that'll bring up Zach Hoffman.
The first baseman, number 24, is Zach Hoffman.
Runners at the corners. 1 out. And the first pitch to Hoffman. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Hoffman batting .400 on the season with a homer. Runner goes. Hoffman lifts this one into shallow right field. That one's going to drop in there. Arnold will come in to score. Giorgello was off with the pitch, and he read that ball perfectly, so he made it to third base. An RBI single for Zach Hoffman, and the Redbirds are on top 1-0.
Next up, third baseman, number 6, is Aaron Klepner.
So with 1 out and runners at the corners again, the batter is Aaron Klepner. First pitch to Klepner, outside a ball, 1-0. Pitch lifted in the air to center field. Under it is Edlifson. He makes the catch. For the second out, Giorgello comes in to score on the sacrifice fly by Aaron Klepner.
Next up for the Redbirds, the left fielder, number 5, is Aaron Paff.
So 2-0 Redbirds, 2 outs, runner on first base. And the batter is Aaron Paff. First pitch to him, fouled, fair ball rather, down the third baseline. That hit the chalk as it headed into left field. So Paff with a base hit into left, advances to second. Hoffman held up at third, so runners at second and third now with 2 outs.
Batting 7th for the Redbirds, the right fielder, number 9, Justin Arnold.
Runners at second and third, 2 outs. And Justin Arnold, the batter. 2-0 Chanhassen. First pitch to Arnold, up and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Two runs in, 2 runners on base right now. And the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Hoffman, the runner at third. Paff, the runner out at second base. 2-0 pitch in there, strike 1. Onsorg throwing a lot of pitches here in this first inning, trying to minimize the damage. The 2-1 pitch, called strike on the outside corner, 2-2 now. Arnold didn't appreciate that call. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch chopper fouled on the first baseline, and the count remained 2-2. Justin Arnold, the batter. Onsorg ready. Here's the pitch. This one fouled down the right field line, and that'll get out of play. And the count will remain 2-2. Runners aboard at second and third, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Onsorg, swung on and missed. And Arnold goes down swinging for the third out of the inning. Redbirds get a couple runs, though, take the lead here in the bottom of the first inning. After one complete, Chanhassen 2, Chaska nothing. Welcome back, top of the second inning, 2-0 Chanhassen. And leading off for the Cubs here in the second, Griff Wirtz, the second baseman. John Straka on to start his second inning. First pitch to Wirtz is a called strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch on its way. Swung on down the right field line. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. Thinking about heading for second was Wirtz, but he stumbled around first and had to retreat back to first base. So a leadoff single here for Wirtz in the second inning, and the Cubs with a runner aboard. That'll bring up Brad Worm now, the right fielder for Chaska. Batting with nobody out and a runner aboard at first base. Straka ready, and the first pitch. Outside a ball, 1-0. Pitch to Worm, misses, 2 balls, no strikes. Wirtz laced that one down the right field line. Would have had a double, but stumbled around first base, so he's the runner aboard at first. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Worm. Two 2-1 pitch now, swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Casey Garvin, the on-deck batter for Chaska. And the 2-2 from Straka. That one misses outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner aboard at first base for the Cubs. And he misses ball 4, and the Cubs with their first 2 batters aboard here in the top of the second inning. Here comes Casey Garvin, the designated hitter for the Cubs. Wirtz started the inning with a single to right, and Worm walked. So 2 on, nobody out. And the first pitch to Garvin outside, a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. One-0 pitch from Straka, laced into right field for a base hit. Runner will hold at third. So top of the second inning here, and the Cubs have the bases loaded with nobody out after the single by Garvin. Here comes Blake Hofferman now, batting in the 9 spot, and the shortstop for the Cubs. He bats with the bases loaded and nobody out. Straka ready and deals. In there, called strike, 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch. That's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes now. Wirtz, the runner at third, Worm out at second base, and Garvin, the runner at first. And Straka with the 0-2. That one's in the dirt. Nice block there by Nimitz, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Straka ready and deals. That one missed barely outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Got ahead 0-2, and now another ball outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Nimitz will head on out for a brief conversation with Straka, trying to work their way out of this jam here in the top of the second inning. A single by Wirtz, a walk to Worm, and a single by Garvin. That's where we stand. Bases loaded, nobody out. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Blake Hofferman. 3-2 pitch, fouled back, and we'll do it again. The leadoff batter, Edlifson, waits on deck. And here comes the 3-2. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Brandon Arnold under it and makes the catch. Runners stay put, of course, so the base is loaded now with 1 out. And the batter will be Mike Edlifson.
The order for Chaska, the batter is center fielder Mike Edlifson.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Edlifson the batter. And the first pitch to him is, again, another nice block by Nimitz. A ball in the dirt, 1-0. Edlifson popped out to the catcher back in the first inning. 0 for 1 tonight. And the 1-0 swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. So Straka trying to work his way out of this bases loaded, nobody out jam. He's got 1 out now, and he's got 2 strikes on Edlifson. A ball and 2 strikes to Mike Edlifson. And the 1-2 on its way. Fouled straight back, and the count will remain 1-2. Wirtz, the runner at third, Worm out at second, Garvin at first. And the 1-2 pitch, again fouled off. Edlifson battling away with Straka here. Outfield plays straight away, medium depth. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And Edlifson goes down on strikes. So now 2 outs with the bases loaded. And the batter will be Justin Johnson for Chaska. Johnson struck out in the first. 0 for 1. And the first pitch to him, low and inside, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch misses low in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes on Johnson. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, and the pitch from Straka. That one is high, 3-0 now. So Straka needing to throw a strike here. And Johnson taken all the way. Ball 4 in the dirt, and the Cubs get on the board as Wirtz comes in on the walk.
First baseman Tyler Polster.
That'll bring up Tyler Polster now, the Cubs' first baseman. First pitch to him, called strike, 0-1. The bags are full still for Chaska. 2 outs, and the 0-1 pitch, high and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Polster reached on an error in the first, hit a ground ball over to first base. Bobbled over there, another one to first base. This time handled cleanly by Zach Hoffman, and the inning is over. But the Cubs get a run on 1 hit, 3 runners left on base. Let's go to the bottom of the second now. It's Chanhassen 2, Chaska 1. All right, welcome back. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 2-1 Chanhassen. Jack Nimitz leading off for the Redbirds here in the second. First pitch to him is low, a ball 1-0. It'll be Nimitz, Malky, and Riley Johnson here in the second for the Redbirds. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Onsorg, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nimitz batting .300 on the season, a home run, 15 RBIs. That pitch misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike now. Swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch, swung on, chopped over Onsorg. Shortstop fields it. Throw is off the mark. And Nimitz is aboard. Just got over the head of Onsorg. The shortstop Hofferman fielded it, but threw wide of first base. And Nimitz, the runner aboard at first, to lead off the second here for the Redbirds. Here's Andrew Malky now, the number 9 hitter. And he bats with a runner on first, nobody out here in the second. Throw over to first base. Nimitz is back in time. Malky batting .246 on the season. First pitch to him in there, a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch catches the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes now to Malky. Nimitz with his lead over at first base. Throw over to first, and he's back in time again. Redbirds with 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Cubs answered with a run in the top of the second inning. That one hit on the ground is short. Hofferman, second for 1, throw to first, not in time. So Malky beats out the play at first. Cubs get the force out at second. And with 1 out now in the bottom of the second inning, back to the top of the order with Riley Johnson.
Top of the order for Chanhassen. The batter is center fielder Riley Johnson.
Malky the runner at first. And Riley Johnson the batter. First pitch to him is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Johnson 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to short in his first time up. And the 0-1 pitch. Johnson showed bunt, pulled back, and it's a ball outside, 1-1. Called strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes now. One out, runner aboard at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Riley Johnson. Both pitchers working their way into a little bit of trouble here tonight, but for the most part minimizing the damage. Here's the 2-2 pitch, low and inside, 3-2 now. Throw over to first, and Malky back in time. Payoff pitch, swung on, lifted into right field. And there to make the catch is Brad Worm to retire Riley Johnson. So 2 outs now, bottom of the second inning. And the batter will be Brandon Arnold.
Next up for Chanhassen, shortstop, Brandon
Arnold bats with 2 outs and a runner aboard at first. 1 for 1 tonight, doubled in the first. Came in to score. First pitch to him is outside, a ball 1-0. That 1-0 pitch is a called strike, 1 ball, 1 strike now. And the 1-1 from Onsorg, that one misses low, 2 balls and a strike. We're in the second, 2-1 Redbirds. That's a ball outside, 3-1 now. The 3-1 pitch is fouled back, and the count runs full, 3-2. Full count to Arnold. Malky, the runner at first with 2 outs. And the payoff pitch, swung on, lifted in the air to left field, back near the warning track, at the wall, and gone. A 2-run shot for Brandon Arnold. And the Redbirds extend their lead to 3 now at 4-1. With a 2-run homer down the left field line by Brandon Arnold. It's Arnold's 4th home run of the year, and it puts the Redbirds up 4-1. Here's Michael Giorgella now. First pitch to him, outside, 1-0. Two balls, no strikes now. And the 2-0 from Onsorg. That one fouled down the third base line. 2 balls and a strike now. Arnold's 4th home run of the year. Picked up RBIs 17 and 18. 2-1 pitch. Misses inside. 3 balls and a strike. Giorgella 1 for 1 tonight. Scored a run back in the first. And this one hit in the air down the right field line, giving chase out there and dropping foul, barely foul down the right field line. Giorgella gave that one a ride. Worm tried to track it down, couldn't get there quick enough, and fortunately for him, it fell in foul territory. So a full count now on Giorgella, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. And the payoff pitch from Onsorg. Swung on, Hofferman at short, throw over to first. Pulled him off the bag, and safe at first base is Michael Giorgella. Infield single there for Giorgella. That'll bring up Zach Hoffman now. Hoffman is 1 for 1 tonight. singled and drove in a run in the first. First pitch to him is popped up into foul territory and out of play. So 0-1 on Hoffman now. A 1 pitch outside, 1-1. Aaron Klepner waits on deck. If Hoffman can extend the inning here. Pitch, this one popped up into foul territory and out of play. And the count 1-2. Giorgello, the runner over at first base. 2 runs in the inning for the Redbirds. Trying to add on here. This one lifted in the air, right center field, giving chase out there, and making the catch is Brad Worm to retire the side. Redbirds tack on a couple of more, though, in the bottom of the second inning. 2 more runs. We've completed 2 from Storm Redbird Stadium. It's 4-1 Chanhassen. Welcome back. We head to the top of the third inning, 4-1 Chanhassen. Steve Edlifson will lead things off for the Cubs here in the third. First pitch from Straka misses high and away, 1 ball and no strikes to Edlifson. Edlifson drew a walk in his first plate appearance tonight. 1 ball, no strike. And the pitch from Straka. This one lifted into foul territory down the third baseline and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Edlifson. Kanakis waits on deck, and he will be followed by Griff Wirtz. Edlifson, Kanakis, and Wirtz here in the third for the Cubs. 1-1 pitch. Check swing, strike called on the inside corner. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Steve Edlifson. And the 1-2 pitch is lined into left center field. Over there cutting it off, thinking about going to second base was Edlifson, but Riley Johnson got there quickly, cut the ball off, and got it into the infield. So Edlifson tapped the brakes and headed back to first. But a leadoff single here in the third for Chaska. And the batter will be J.T. Kanakis. Runner aboard at first, nobody out. Top of the third. Ball outside, 1-0. Kanakis 0 for 1, flew out to right his first time up. That pitch misses, 2 balls, no strikes. Nice breeze tonight from right to left. 2-0 pitch. Line down the first baseline, fair. And Kanakis with a single. That'll move Edlifson over to third base, and the Cubs have runners at the corners here in the top of the third with nobody out.
Next up, second baseman, Griff Wirtz.
That'll bring up Griff Wirtz, Cubs second baseman. Batting with runners at the corners and nobody out. Wirtz 1 for 1 tonight. Singled and scored in the second inning. Pitch from Straka. This one hit on the ground. Go to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. Giorgella fielded it and took the force out at second. Run scores for the Cubs, so 4-2 game now.
The batter is right fielder Brad Worth.
Brad Worm up for the Cubs. First pitch to him misses, 1-0. 1 out, runner aboard at first. Straka deals, runner off, throw down to second, and he is in there with a stolen base. So Wirtz steals second. And the Cubs now with a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And the count 1-1 to Worm. This one on the ground, short, throw to first. Nice dig over there at first base. Heck of a play by Zach Hoffman. The throw from Arnold was in the dirt, but he dug it out nicely to get the second out.
The batter's designated hitter, number 33, Casey Garvin.
Wirtz advances from second to third. And the batter will be Casey Garvin, Cubs catcher, or DH rather. Bats with 2 outs and a runner on third. First pitch misses inside, 1-0. One 1-0 pitch from Straka. Misses low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Wirtz, the runner, 90 feet away down at third base. This one popped in the air, foul territory, and drifting out of play. So 2 balls and a strike now to Garvin. Two outs, top of the third inning. 4-2 Chanhassen. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2 now. Garvin's 1 for 1 tonight. Singled in the second inning. Two-two pitch, grounded, foul down the first baseline. Straka trying to work out of the inning here. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing. Did not go. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Casey Garvin. Cubs with a run in here in the third and another one 90 feet away. This one on the ground, first base, fielded over there by Hoffman, and he'll take it himself to end the inning. But the Cubs get a run. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It is Chanhassen 4, Chaska 2. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Aaron Klepner will lead things off for the Redbirds. 4-2 Chanhassen. First pitch, hit on the ground. Hofferman throws to first. And 1 pitch, 1 out for Onsorg here in the third.
Next up, left fielder, Aaron.
Here comes Aaron Paff now. He'll be followed by Justin Arnold. First pitch to Paff. Misses inside, 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, bottom of the third inning. Paff is 1 for 1 tonight. He doubled back in the first inning. Fouls this one off, and it's a ball and a strike now. Quick 1 pitch out for Onsorg here to start the third. Ball and a strike now to Paff. That one misses low, 2 balls and a strike. That one's in there, and the count runs even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one chopped back. Onsorg got to that one. Throw over to first, and Paff is retired. He stretched out on that one and made the play coming off the pitcher's mound, which is not an easy play to make at all. But nonetheless, 2 outs, and the batter is Justin Arnold. First pitch to Arnold is a ball outside, 1-0. This one on the ground is short. Hofferman fields it, throws over to first, and a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the third.
3 up, 3 down for Chanhassen. After
3 groundouts.
4-2.
3 innings complete. We head to the fourth. It's Chanhassen 4, Chaska 2. We head to the top of the fourth inning now. Blake Hofferman leads off for the Cubs. First pitch to him, swung on and missed, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch now. Ball low, 1-1. Chanhassen with 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second. Cubs with a run in the second, run in the third. 1-1, fouled back. Ball and 2 strikes to Hofferman. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Popped out to the second baseman in his first at bat. Ball and 2 strikes on him now. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Hofferman goes down looking for the first out here in the fourth. Strikeout number 3 on the night for Straka. And that'll bring up Mike Edlifson for the Cubs. Edlifson, the leadoff hitter for the Cubs. Here's the first pitch to him. That's laced a little single into right field. So a 1-out single for Edlifson. And the Cubs will have a runner aboard at first. First pitch swinging. And the batter will be Justin Johnson.
Batter is Justin Johnson.
First pitch to Johnson. In the air, left center field, and drifting over to make the catch is Aaron Path for the second out of the inning.
The batter is Tyler Polster.
2 outs, runner aboard at first base, and here comes Tyler Polster. First pitch, strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Polster's 0 for 2. He reached on an error in his first at bat. Grounded out to first, second time up. Called strike 2. Oh, no balls, 2 strikes. We're in the fourth. 2 outs, runner on first for the Cubs. Here's the 0-2. That one is low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Mike Edlifson, the runner over at first base. A ball and 2 strikes on Polster. Straka is ready and deals. Ground ball, first base. Diving stab over there by Hoffman. Polster has hit the ball to Hoffman all 3 times up tonight, and the side is retired. So nothing coming for the Cubs. They get 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 4-2 Chanhassen. Welcome back, bottom of the 4th inning now. Jack Nimitz leads off for the Redbirds. First pitch to him, ball outside, 1-0. Nimitz 0 for 1, he reached on an error. Back in the 2nd, 1-0 pitch. This one's inside, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Chopper foul down the third baseline, and the count runs to 2-1 now. Nimitz coming in at .300 for a batting average on the season. 2-1 pitch is a called strike 2. 2-2 now. Two pitch misses outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nimitz. This one hit on the ground, over to second, and bobbled out there at second base by Griff Wirtz. So Nimitz is aboard. He may have beaten that out anyway. That was a ball well to his left. Got there but couldn't hang on to it. So Nimitz is aboard to lead off the 4th inning for Chanhassen. That brings up Andrew Malky. First pitch to him is fouled off. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 to Malky. This one a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes now. Malky reached on a fielder's choice and later scored in the 2nd inning. .02 is outside, 1-2 now. Runner aboard at first, nobody out. Melky the batter. Riley Johnson waits on deck. And that pitch is swung on and missed, and Melky goes down on strikes for the first out here in the fourth. And the batter will be Riley Johnson.
Center fielder Riley Johnson.
One out. Nimitz, the runner over at first base. Onsorg to Riley Johnson. Called strike, 0-1. Johnson is 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to short and flew out to right field. This one is looped into center field, a base hit. Nimitz rounds second and heads to third. So a one-out single for Riley Johnson, and the Redbirds have runners at the corner with one out. Here comes Brandon Arnold, Redbirds shortstop. Off to a good night so far. Doubled and scored a run. And then hit a two-run homer to left. A couple of runs scored. And a couple of RBIs for Brandon Arnold tonight. First pitch to him, called strike, 0-1. Nimitz, the runner at third, and Johnson, the runner at first. One out. Here's the 0-1. That one low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. A ball and a strike to Brandon Arnold. Runner Johnson goes from first. The throw down in time. Coming home and scoring is Nimitz. So the Cubs get the out down at second base, but Nimitz came home on the throw down to second. And it's 5-2 Chanhassen. It's always a dangerous play as a catcher to throw down to second with runners on the corners. And the Redbirds take advantage of it there. Two-one pitch popped up on the infield, and Polster makes the catch over there to retire the side. But the Redbirds tack on another run. We head to the top of the 5th inning. It's Chanhassen 5, Chaska 2. We head to the top of the fifth inning here at Storm Redbirds Stadium. Chanhassen leading 5-2. And Steve Edlifson will lead things off for the Cubs in the fifth. First pitch to him from Straka, a called strike on the inside corner. No balls, one strike. Edlifson 0 for 1 tonight, or excuse me, 1 for 1 tonight with a run scored. He's reached base both times, walked in the first, singled and scored in the third. That 0-1 pitch misses low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is low and away. 2 balls and a strike now. It'll be Edlifson, Kanakis, and Wirtz due up here in the fifth for the Cubs. And the 2-1 pitch from Straka, swung on, popped up on the infield, and over to make the catch is Gergella for out number 1 in the fifth. Here's JT Kanakis now, batting with 1 out and nobody on in the fifth inning. First pitch from Straka, swung on and missed, 0-1. 0-1 pitch is a called strike, 0-2 now. Kanakis is 1 for 2 tonight. Flew out to right and singled. Checks his swing there. Appeal down to first. Did not go. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Kanakis. One-two pitch. This one on the ground, shortstop. Tough play, throw to first. And a great play at shortstop for Brandon Arnold. That one got caught up in the grass. He charged hard, barehanded it, and throws Kanakis out at first for out number 2. Here's Griff Wirtz now for the Cubs, batting here in the fifth with 2 outs and nobody on. Straka ready, and the first pitch lifted in the air, right center field, and that'll drop in there for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Wirtz. Wirtz is now 2 for 3 on the night. And the batter will be Brad Worm. First pitch to Worm, a called strike, 0-1. Oh-1 pitch, called strike, 0-2 now. Here in the fifth, Edlifson popped out to second. Kanakis grounded out to short, and Wirtz reached on a single. He's off and running on that pitch. And in there with a stolen base. So a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the Cubs here in the fifth. The count to Worm is 1-2, and the pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Worm is 0 for 1. He walked and grounded out. 2-2 pitch in the dirt and blocked nicely by Nemitz. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count runs full. Full count to Worm. Runner at second, 2 outs. And the pitch from Straka. This one lifted in the air, right side. Over there calling for it and making the catch, Zach Hoffman, and Straka gets out of a mini jam here in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Chanhassen 5, Chaska 2. Welcome back, bottom of the 5th inning here at Storm Redbird Stadium. Leading things off for the Redbirds, Michael Jurgella. It'll be Jurgella, followed by Hoffman and Klepner in the 5th. First pitch, ball low, 1-0. This one hit up the middle and sneaks through to center field for a base hit. So a leadoff single by Jurgella here in the 5th to get things going for the Redbirds. That brings up Zach Hoffman now. Jurgella now 3 for 3 on the night. And Hoffman bats with Jurgella aboard at first. Nobody out. First pitch fouled back by Hoffman, 0-1. Hoffman's 1 for 2. He singled and drove in a run in the first and flew out to right field in the 2nd inning. Redbirds scored 2 in the bottom of the 1st. The Cubs answered with a run in the top of the 2nd, but Chanhassen with 2 more in the bottom of the 2nd to go up 4-1. Chaska scored 1 run in the top of the 3rd to make it 4-2. This one hit in the air, right center field, deep. That's going to drop in there at the warning track. Coming around to score is Jurgella, and an RBI double for Zach Hoffman. So 6-2 Chanhassen now.
Number 3, Ty Valentin, pitch runner for Zach Hoffman at second base. And the batter is Aaron Klepner.
Aaron Klepner, the batter. First pitch to him. Called strike, 0-1. So the Cubs with a run in the top of the 3rd to make it 4-2. And Chanhassen tacking on runs in the 4th and the 5th. 6-2 now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Klepner. He's 0 for 2 tonight. This pitch hit on the ground. Third base. Can't make the play. And the Redbirds will have runners at the corners now with nobody out. Here's Aaron Paff now. First pitch to him, hit on the ground is short. Hofferman throw to first, and he beat it out. Run scores. 7-2 Redbirds. And a meeting at the mound now as Onsorg labors here in the fifth. Be back in just a moment. And we're back. Onsorg stays in there. And Justin Arnold will be the batter for Chanhassen. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. First pitch fouled off right side, 0-1. Arnold's 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out and grounded out. 0-1 pitch from Onsorg, called strike, 0-2 now. Gergella singled to start the inning, and Hoffman with an RBI double. Gergella coming in to score. Singles in by Klepner and Paff. Fly ball center field. Catch made out there by Mike Edlifson. And Arnold retired for the first out here in the bottom of the fifth.
Next up for the Redbirds, the catcher, Jack Nemitz.
Here's Jack Nimitz now. He will bat with 1 out and runners on first and second base. First pitch to him. This one in the air, right center field. Making a run out there and making a diving catch in center field, Mike Edlifson. And the runners will retreat back to their bases. Heck of a play out in right center field. He was playing, shifted towards left, and had to run a long way to get that one. So back-to-back flyouts to center field here. 2 outs now in the bottom of the fifth. Runners still at first and second, and Andrew Malky the batter. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. Malky 0 for 2 tonight. Hit into a fielder's choice and struck out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one fouled off. Right side, 1-2. Klepner, the runner at second. Paff, the runner at first. And the 1-2 to Malky. That one is low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This one on the ground. Hofferman fields, throw to first. And they got him at first base to retire the side. A couple more runs for the Redbirds, though. We've completed 5 here from Storm Redbird Stadium. It's Chanhassen 7, Chaska 2. Welcome back, top of the 6th inning, and a new pitcher for the Redbirds, Thomas Thompson on the mound. First pitch from Thompson, a called strike, 0-1 to Casey Garvin. Oh, 0-1 pitch, up the middle, fielded, throw to first, and Garvin retired. Thompson gloved that on the way through, but the play made out there at shortstop for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Cubs, number 35 is Charlie Dardis.
Here's Charlie Dardis now pinch hitting for the Cubs. First pitch to him is a ball, 1-0. One-0 pitch misses, 2 balls, no strikes. Dardis hitting for Hofferman here. 3 balls and no strikes to him.
How are you?
3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. And the pitch from Thompson, ball 4 outside, walked him on 4 pitches. Back to the top of the order for the Cubs and Mike Edlifson.
Next up, center fielder.
Edlifson bats with a runner at first and 1 out.
Yeah, I'm fun duty, grill duty, whatever. Wherever I'm standing and get caught with the wave.
First pitch to Edlifson low, a ball, 1-0. That one in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Exciting.
1-1 pitch, misses outside, 2-1 now. Edlifson 1 for 3 tonight. He singled in the 4th.
There's 2 of us that work pretty much for him,
2 balls and a strike. This one in the air, center field, and the catch made out there for the second out of the inning. And the batter will be Justin Johnson.
Hopefully in the next year or so, maybe a little bit more. But yeah,
Johnson batting with 2 outs and a runner at first. First pitch to him on the ground. Catch made at first base. And the side is retired. Nice play over there by Zach Hoffman at first. And nothing across for the Cubs here in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-2 Chanhassen. Welcome back, bottom of the 6th inning. Joe Jersak leading off here for the Redbirds. First pitch on the ground, a shortstop throw to first, and they got him. A lot of shortstop ground outs here tonight. 1 out, bottom of the 6th inning.
Next up for the Redbirds, Brandon Arnold.
Here's Brandon Arnold now with 1 out in the 6th. First pitch called strike, 0-1. Arnold is 2 for 3 with a double and a 2-run homer. That's a called strike on the outside corner. 0-2 now. Pitch misses outside, 1-2. One-two pitch on the ground, third base. Long throw over to first, and they got him. So a couple of ground ball outs here in the 6th for the Redbirds. And that brings up Michael Jurgella. He'll bat with 2 outs here in the 6th.
Second baseman, Michael Jurgella.
Jurgella is 3 for 3 tonight. 3 singles. He scored a couple runs. And the first pitch to him driven deep into right center field. That one is going to get down and one hop the wall. Giurgella on his way to second. Rounding second, heading to third. The throw is high and Giurgella in with a 2-out triple. So 3 singles and a triple tonight for Giurgella. 4 for 4.
Folks, I believe the only thing hotter than the hot dogs is Michael Giurgella's bat.
So runner on third with 2 outs. And Zach Hoffman, the batter. First pitch to him is inside, a ball 1-0. Pete Onsorg into his 6th inning on the mound here tonight. 1-0 pitch, low and inside, 2-0. Redbirds with a 7-2 lead, and they've got another one 90 feet away. 2-0 pitch. That's in there for a called strike. 2-1 now. That one misses inside, 3-1 to Zach Hoffman. And there's ball 4 outside. So Hoffman draws the walk, and it'll be runners at the corners for Aaron Klepner.
Next up for Chanhassen, third baseman Aaron Klepner.
2 quick outs to start the 6th, and then a triple and a walk for the Redbirds. That one hit on the ground to third. It'll go to second for the force, and the side is retired. So Onsorg gets out of a jam there in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th inning. It's Chanhassen 7, Chaska 2. Top of the 7th inning now. Tyler Polster, the batter. No balls and a strike to him. 0-1 pitch is low and away, 1-1. That one is outside, 2 balls and a strike. Thomas Thompson starting his 2nd inning on the mound. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This one driven deep right field. Warning track off the top of the wall and gone. So a solo shot to right for Tyler Polster. And it's a 7-3 ball game. Polster nailed that one to right, and it bounced off the top of the fence out there.
First time I've seen that, a home run off the top of the fence. 333 feet for that home run for Tyler Polster. Nice.
333 feet.
The batter is Steve Edlifson.
Here's Steve Edlifson now, batting with nobody out, no one on. 7-3 Chanhassen, top of the 7th inning. Thompson ready and deals. Low and inside, a ball, 1-0. Pitch lifted in the air down the right field line into foul territory and drops. Couldn't get there. Hoffman giving chase, Justin Arnold giving chase. But a long strike, 1 ball and 1 strike now to Edlifson. And that pitch hit him. So Edlifson will take his spot at first base. And the batter will be J.T. Kanakis. Kanakis is 1 for 3.
Running at first base for Edlifson, number 6, Cam Hendrickson. The batter is J.T. Kanakis.
Cam Hendrickson pinch running over at first base for Edlifson. Kanakis, this one base hit center field. Hendrickson will hold up at second base. So nobody out here in the 7th. The Cubs have a run in off of the Tyler Polster home run to lead off the inning. And now runners at first and second.
He can do that, folks. The batter is second baseman, Griff Wirtz.
Griff Wirtz the batter now for the Cubs. First pitch to him is outside, 1-0. The home run by Polster to lead the inning off, and then a hit batter and a single. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1 now. Wirtz is 2 for 3 tonight. Scored a run, drove a run in. And the 1-1 is fouled back, 1-2.
That's $1. Not too many of those tonight.
Ball and 2 strikes to Wirtz. That one low and away, 2-2 now. Steve Edlifson, the runner out at second base. And J.T. Kanakis, the runner at first for Chaska. 2-2 pitch. Low, 3-2. Thompson ready and delivers. Liner down the first base line, foul. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Brad Worm waits on deck for the Cubs. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off again.
That's another $1. That's correct.
Mentioned earlier, these two teams played a couple weeks ago. Redbirds won that one 6-2 over in Chaska, leading 7-3 here. Fouled back. Count remains 3-2. Thompson trying to work out of a jam here in the 7th inning. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and Wirtz goes down looking for the first out of the inning. And the batter will be Brad Worm.
Next up, the right fielder, Brad Worm.
So Worm bats with 1 out and runners at first and second. First pitch to him in there for a called strike, 0-1. He's 0 for 2 tonight. And the 0-1 pitch by Thompson. That one missed a little bit high, 1-1. Adlifson at second. And Kanakis at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Strike 1-2. Thompson ready, and the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. And Worm goes down swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts for Thompson here in the 7th. And the batter will be Casey Garvin. Cubs had runners at first and second with nobody out, and back-to-back strikeouts by Thompson. So Garvin bats with 2 outs and runners at first and second. First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1. Garvin's 1 for 3 on the evening. Oh, 1 pitch, swung on and missed. 0-2. Thompson trying to work himself out of a jam here. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. A little bit high, 1-2. Thompson ready, sets and deals. High and inside, 2-2 now. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one is lined into center field, a base hit. That's going to get 1 run in. So a 2-out base hit to center field by Casey Garvin plates the 4th run of the evening for the Cubs.
Next up, the batter is Charlie Dardis.
Here's Charlie Dardis now. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. First pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. 2 runs in for the Cubs here in the 7th. Oh, 1 pitch in there, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Dardis came in as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning and drew a walk. 0-2 on him here. Strike 3 called. He goes down looking. So the Cubs get a couple runs, but Thompson manages to minimize the damage. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Chanhassen 7, Chaska 4. Welcome back to Storm Redbird Stadium. We want to thank our sponsors tonight, Americana Community Bank, located on 600 Market Street in Chanhassen, as well as Carver County Public Health. With a presence here at the stadium tonight, we thank both of our sponsors. And leading off here in the bottom of the 7th for the Redbirds, grounding out to second base is Aaron Paff, so one out quickly here in the 7th. That'll bring up Justin Arnold now. He bats with one out in the 7th. Arnold is 0 for 3 tonight. Ground out, fly out, strikeout. Not anymore. Base hit to left field. 1 for 4 now on Arnold. One out single to left. And the Redbirds have a runner aboard here in the 7th. Meeting at the mound here. We'll take a quick break and come right back to you. right, we're back here. We have a pitching change for the Cubs. Griff Kilber on the mound, left-hander. And the batter for the Redbirds, Zach Unterseer. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Runner aboard at first base, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Throw over to first base, and Arnold's back in time. That one's in there for a called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Unterseer came in as a defensive replacement at catcher for Jack Nimitz. No balls and 2 strikes on him. Pitch from Kilber. High, 1-2. Arnold, the runner at first. 1 out. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. And Unterseer down on strikes for out number 2.
Now batting, number 15, Jared Cook.
Here's Jared Cook now batting for Andrew Melke. He bats with 2 outs and a runner at first base here in the 7th. Kilber's first pitch. Catches the outside corner, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch in there, called strike, 0-2 now. Throw over to first base and Arnold back. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one inside, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, and the side is retired. Nothing across for the Redbirds here in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the 8th. Redbirds 7, Cubs 4. Top of the 8th inning here. Mike Edlifson to lead off for the Cubs. 7-4 Chanhassen. Thomas Thompson on the mound. First pitch, low 1-0. Thompson starting inning number 3 of work here tonight. Here's the 1-0 to Edlifson. Fouled back, 1 ball, 1 strike. Edlifson is 1 for 4 tonight. One ball, 1 strike on him. This one on the ground to short. Long throw to first base and got him. Edlifson retired for the first out here in the 8th.
Next up, Justin Johnson.
Here's Justin Johnson now for the Cubs. Oh for 3 on the night. He bats with 1 out here in the 8th. First pitch fouled on the first baseline, 0-1. Redbirds at 17-2 on the season. Looking for win number 18 tonight. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes on Johnson. Cubs coming in at 16-11. And the 0-2 from Thompson. Fouled back. The count will remain 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Thompson high, 1-2. Tyler Polster due up next. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one misses high, 2-2. Thompson ready, the 2-2 pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Got out in front of him 0-2. Now the count runs full 3-2. This one hit on the ground. First base, bobbled briefly. Toss over to first. And got him. Nice recovery by Zach Hoffman over there for the second out of the inning. Easy toss over to Thompson, covering at first.
Now at the plate for Chaska, Tyler Polster.
Here's Tyler Polster now for the Cubs. He led off the 7th inning for the Cubs with a home run off the top of the right field fence. First pitch is a ball low, 1-0. That one in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson ready and deals. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. A ball and 2 strikes to Polster. That one on the ground. Throw over to first. And they had the shift on and played perfectly. Brandon Arnold fields it to the right of second base to get Polster. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. Chanhassen 7, Chaska 4. Welcome back, bottom of the 8th inning, and Joe Jersak leading off here for the Redbirds. Jersak in left field. First pitch to him. Right center field, that'll drop in there for a base hit. Leadoff single here in the 8th for Jersak and the Redbirds. Here's Brandon Arnold now. Arnold is 2 for 4 tonight with a double and a homer. Jersak, the runner at first. Pitch to Arnold in there for a called strike, 0-1. A 1 pitch, lined into left field. Fielded over there. Jersak will hold at second base. So back-to-back singles to start off the 8th here for the Redbirds. Men on first and second, nobody out.
The batter is Michael Jurgella.
Here's Michael Jurgella now. 4 for 4 on the night. 3 singles and a triple. He bats with runners on first and second, nobody out. First pitch, fouled back, 0-1. Singled and scored in the first. Singled in the second inning. Singled and scored again in the the 5th inning. And then tripled in the 6th. The 0-1 pitch, that one up and outside, 1-1. Jersak, the runner at second, and Arnold, the runner at first. Nobody out here in the 8th. One pitch, misses, 2 balls and a strike now. Two-one pitch, towering fly ball, right field. Over and camping under it, making the catch is Brad Worm. Jersak will tag and head to third base, so runners at the corners now with 1 out.
Now at the plate for the Redbirds, Zach Hoffman.
Here's Zach Hoffman now. Redbirds looking to add on some insurance runs here in the 8th. Arnold over at first and Jersak 90 feet away at third. And the pitch to Hoffman. That one misses high, 1-0. This one in the air, shallow right, and Worm making the catch. Tagging is Jersak from third, and he is in there, safe. So 8-4 Chanhassen now on the sac fly by Zach Hoffman. Correction, the run did not score there, and instead the double play for the Cubs. So we head to the top of the 9th inning. It's still 7-4 Chanhassen. Welcome back, top of the ninth inning. Steve Edlifson leading off for the Cubs. 7-4 Storm, or excuse me, Redbirds. That's the high school team, the Storm. First pitch in there, a strike, 0-1. And in the bottom of the eighth, it appeared as though the Redbirds added an insurance run on there. The ruling, however, was that the runner, Joe Jersak, at third base had left early. So he was called out. And we stand at 7-4. No balls, 2 strikes to Edlifson. Chopper, third base side, foul, and the count will remain 0-2. So the Cubs have Edlifson, JT Kanakis, and Griff Wirtz due up here in the ninth. In there, called strike 3, and Edlifson is retired. First out here in the ninth.
Next up for the Cubs, the left fielder, JT Kanakis.
Thomas Thompson in his 4th inning of work tonight. Here's JT Kanakis for the Cubs. First pitch to him called strike, 0-1. Kanakis is 2 for 4 tonight. Couple of singles. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off. 0-2 now. And the 0-2 pitch from Thompson. That one's outside, a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. That one's fouled back. And the count will remain 1-2.
You all seem to have got real good at doing that.
One-two pitch is high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Make your way out to Storm Redbirds Stadium the next couple of nights. Redbirds home again tomorrow against the Hamel Hawks. This one hit on the ground. Second base. And can't make the play. Throws that one wide. So a runner on for the Cubs here in the ninth. It's the Hamel Hawks tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And then home again Friday night against the Twin City Saints at 7 p.m. So back-to-back-to-back home games for the Redbirds tonight, tomorrow night, Friday night. Here's Griff Wirtz. First pitch to him. Ball 1-0. That one misses low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Kanakis, the runner at first. Wirtz at the plate. Brad Worm would be due up next. The 2-0 from Thompson. Low, 3 balls, no strikes. And the 3-0 pitch. Low and away. Ball 4, he walked him. So runners at first and second now with 1 out. And Brad Worm, the batter. He represents the tying run. Worm is 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. First pitch in there called strike, 0-1. Kanakis, the runner at second. Wirtz, the runner at first. 1 out, top of the ninth. No balls, 1 strike to Worm, and the pitch. Outside, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. That one missed. 2-1 now. And the pitch from Thompson, fouled back, 2-2. Redbirds need to get 2 more here. 2-2 pitch. High and inside, 3-2 now. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the pitch. No swing and ball 4, so the bases are loaded now for the Cubs. That puts the tying run on base and the go-ahead run at the plate. Unterseer out with for a little conference with Thompson. And here's Casey Garvin now, the DH. He will bat with the bases loaded and 1 out. Arnold over for a conference with Thompson now, trying to sort this out. Figure out the best way to approach Garvin with the bases loaded and 1 out.
Running at first base, number 27, Trent Hennessy.
Cubs will put a pinch runner aboard at first, Trent Hennessy. So here we go, bases loaded, 1 out, top of the ninth, 7-4 Chanhassen. First pitch to Garvin, hit on the ground, foul, first base side. 0-1. Garvin's 2 for 4 tonight with a couple of singles. Oh, 1 pitch. Ball low, 1-1. Kanakis at third, Wirtz at second, and Worm at first. Thompson is ready and deals. That one inside, 2 balls and a strike now. And the 2-1 pitch inside, 3-1. Charlie Dardis waits on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Swung on and fouled back. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. The count runs full. There's nowhere to put him. Garvin the batter, Thompson the pitcher, 3-2. And he missed high and walked him in. And it's now 7-5. And that'll do it for Thomas Thompson. Redbirds will go to the bullpen here. We'll take a quick break. We're in the top of the ninth. 1 out, bases loaded, and it's Chanhassen 7, Chaska 5. Welcome back, top of the ninth inning, and new pitcher for the Redbirds. Cody Dalen on to pitch for the Redbirds. 18 2/3 innings pitched on the year, 7 hits, 18 strikeouts, 5 walks, and an ERA of 1.45. He faces a bases loaded 1 out situation here. Charlie Dardis, the batter for Chaska. Unterseer, the catcher, out with a quick exchange just to make sure they've got everything set. Chaska with Wirtz at third base, Worm at second, and Garvin at first. Here's the first pitch. Outside corner, strike one, 0-1. That one misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dardis came into the game in the 6th for the Cubs, drew a walk, and struck out in the 7th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now. And the 1-2 pitch, fouled back. And the count remains 1-2. Cody Dalen on the mound. And Charlie Dardis at the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, out number 2. And the Redbirds are 1 out away from their 18th win.
Next up, the center fielder, Mike Edlifson.
And the batter will be Mike Edlifson. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Edlifson, the batter. First pitch to him, strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Edlifson is 1 for 5 tonight. He singled back in the 4th. 0-1 pitch. This one on the ground, third. He'll run over and get the force at third, and the ball game is over. So nice play there by Aaron Klepner to field it and step on third to end this one. Final score, Chanhassen 7, Chaska 5. That's win number 18 on the season for the Redbirds, 18-2 now. Chaska falls to 16-12 on the season. Appreciate you joining us tonight. I want to thank Ryan Sammons on the production. And come on out to the stadium Thursday or Friday night. The Hamel Hawks will be here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And Friday night, the Twin City Saints, 7 o'clock, here at Storm Redbirds Stadium. Thanks again for joining us. Once again, the final score, Chanhassen 7, Chaska 5. Have a good night, everyone.